Good morning, boys and girls, and happy Thursday. Today is Thursday, April 16th, 2020. And what is up with this snow? It was bad enough yesterday that snow was flying in the air, but it stuck to the ground. If we were a calendar this morning, this would be a blue day. I'm really done with those blue days. I'm ready to move on to green days and maybe even some yellow days on that thermometer. Today is National Orchid Day. An orchid is a type of flower. And let me show you, I brought up a picture of that. This is an orchid. They're very beautiful, they're very delicate. But I bet you didn't know this. Orchids are important to people because we get vanilla from types of orchids. And if you are a fan of vanilla ice cream, or if you like chocolate chip cookies, they have vanilla in them. So orchids are important to people. You could write about that today. You could look up some beautiful orchids, because there are many different colors, many different kinds, and they're very beautiful. Let's celebrate. Today we are celebrating Thomas. Thomas sent me a picture of his journal, and boys and girls, I thought that Mrs. Stancliffe was holding the pencil because that printing was so beautiful. Love to see that. Declan and his family have been reading the Harry Potter books. They've started a second one, and he's writing about that in his journal. Ethan and his family painted his bedroom green, and then he wrote a journal page about it. Ethan's family is painting a lot, and I know what that's like because I've had Mr. Val painting. We're painting our bedroom, we're painting our family room. We like to keep moving. Addie made a beautiful card for Riley. Mason also made a beautiful card for Riley, and he recorded a video and an audio singing to her, and I sent that on to him. Nice work, Mason. Not to her, excuse me. Also, we have 3 friends that finished Alexia level. Thomas has finished Alexia level. That's his second one since he's been learning at home. Peyton finished Alexia level. That's also her second one since she's been at home. Declan finished Alexia level. That's his third Lexia level since we've been home. Wowie, wow, wow. Remember, friends, that the Lexia levels for first grade are 6, 7, 8, and 9. And you may keep going into those second grade levels, 10, 11, as long as it's not too hard for you. I don't want you to sit at the computer looking at something that you can't do. And it's fine if you ask for help on that too. If it does get too difficult for you, I want you to try the iReady reading. There's lots to do in there. So many friends have been on Lexia. That's awesome. Love to see that. So many friends have been on Zern already this week. And Peyton and Ethan, I see you. You are finishing up lessons on Zern like crazy. Nice job. Many of our friends pick iReady to practice their math. Mason and Thomas, I see you finishing up those lessons on iReady math. Way to go. Remember today, get to that checklist. You'll want to be doing your Lexia, your iReady math or your Zern, some reading, and also some writing. Moms and dads, this is really important. We are still waiting on a few friends to join that Google Classroom. The invite was sent to your child's Google account. If you're having trouble with that, please reach out to me or to Mrs. Tamaka and we will help you. That's important because all of that new learning is rolling out on Monday morning, the 20th, and that's where you'll find that in the Big Tree First Grade Google Classroom. And don't worry, we're all learning this together. I'm sure next week it's going to be pretty bumpy. You're going to click on things that don't open, you're going to click on things that ask for passwords, but we're all learning as we go on. Okay? We're even going to try Google Meeting. So we have 2 Google Meets set up for next week with Mrs. Val and Mrs. Tamaka, and all of the friends have been invited. That will be on Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. And you'll be getting an invitation in your Google Mail, and you just click on that to join that. And we'll go over how to do that, and we'll have some rules so we're not trying to talk on top of each other. So it will be a fun time, but we'll be able to see each other. We'll be able to talk to each other. I'm so excited for that. If you are following along and Junie B loves handsome Warren, grab that. We are on chapter 3 called Not a Nutball. If you remember from yesterday, Warren called Junie B a nutball because she was acting a little silly when she met him because she got nervous. Chapter 3, Not a Nutball. Mrs. blew her whistle. That means, come in from recess. Lucille and that Grace ran to get me. 'Cause I was still in the grass, that's why. Lucille was happy and sparkly. Didn't you love him, Junie B? Wasn't he so handsome? He was even handsomer up close, don't you think? Handsomer? Fix that for me. He was nice, too. Wasn't he nice? That Grace was happy and sparkly, too. He said he liked my high tops, she told me. He said he liked my dress, said Lucille. He said I was a nutball, I said. Lucille twirled all around. Not me, she said. He didn't say I was a nutball. That's because he loves me. That Grace jumped high in the air. Me too, he loves me too, she said real squealy. Just then Lucille stopped twirling. She crossed her arms. No, Grace, she said. He does not love you too. He only loves me, 'cause I saw him first, and you're not allowed to steal him away, remember? That Grace crossed her arms too. I'm not stealing him away, Lucille. He just automatically loves me on his own, and there's nothing I can do about that, she said. I tugged on Lucille's dress. How come he said I was a nutball, do you think? Why did he have to say that dumb thing? Lucille didn't pay attention to me. She kept on being mad at that Grace. I knew it, she grouched. I knew this was going to happen, Grace. You're trying to steal my boyfriend. Junie B said you wouldn't, but you are. She looked down at me. Tell her, Junie B. Tell Grace she can't steal my boyfriend. I looked curious at her. I'm not a nutball, am I? Am I a nutball? I said. I am not a nutball. Just then, that Grace leaned close to Lucille's nose. I can love anybody I want to, Lucille, she said. No, you cannot, Grace. Yes, I can too, Lucille. I tapped on both their ankles. How many think I'm a nutball? Raise your hand, I said. Just then, Mrs. blew her whistle again. And I stood up from the grass and I walked to room 9 all by myself. 'Cause I couldn't stop thinking about being a nutball, that's why. I thought about it the whole rest of the day. I didn't even talk. Not at show and tell. Not at snack time. Not even when I got the bus ride home. That Grace sat down next to me. She was happy and sparkly again. I know he loves me better than Lucille, she said. I'm positive he does. And he hasn't even seen how fast I can run yet. She poked me with her finger. Who do you think he likes better, me or Lucille? And tell the truth, she said. I still didn't talk. That Grace jiggled me. How come you're not talking, Junie B? She asked. How come you're not answering me? Are you sick? Do you have a sore throat? Just then her eyes opened real wide and her whole mouth came open. Do that. Oh, I know why you're not talking. It's because you're upset, right? You're upset that you're a nutball? I spinned around at her very quick. I am not a nutball, Grace. I am just a regular normal girl, and I don't even know why that boy had to call me that. I do, said that Grace. I know why he called you that. It's because you couldn't stop laughing, and you fell in the grass, and you rolled around and around down there. I stared at her. Yeah? So? I said. So that's how nutballs act, said that Grace. And I should know, 'cause I have a nutball right in my own personal family. I raised up my eyebrows. You do? I said. Yes, she said. My 2-year-old brother, Jeffy, is a nutball. Every time we go to the mall, we have to put him on a leash, or else he tackles people, and then he hides in the clothes, and security has to come. She looked at me very suspicious. Did you ever do that, Junie B. Jones? Did you ever tackle people and hide in the clothes and security had to come? I quick looked away from her. 'Cause that is my own personal beeswax. I think she's done that. Jeffy's not allowed to eat sugar cereal anymore either, said that Grace. My mother thinks the sugar gets him all jazzied up. She raised one eyebrow, very curious. I can't raise one eyebrow. Can you raise one eyebrow? I can't do it. I have to hold one down. Do you eat sugar cereal for breakfast, Junie B? Do you? She asked. I looked away again. Because guess what? More of my own personal beeswax. That's what. That's the end of chapter 3. Tomorrow, chapter 4 is called Fibers. Fibers. Think about that one. Boys and girls, before I say goodbye, let's do that Try My Best poem. Ready? Try my best. I will try my best each day, at home, at school, or while I play. And we know you are trying your best. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.